Gay men who have battled this illness for 13 years become for us all teachers in how to live with a life-threatening disease. In the summer of 1994, 8 men gather for their regular Wednesday psychotherapy session. Each man has been diagnosed for at least 5 years with AIDS. They have experienced multiple losses as a result of this disease. Out of worlds turned upside down, they have created extraordinary success by restructuring their lives and goals. These are long-term AIDS survivors. Not without pain and anger, but also with laughter and joy, they have learned to feel safe with each other and to express themselves emotionally. They have dared, in the face of AIDS, to live and to love.
I'm not finished. Close your eyes.
Oh, it's horrible.
But that is good, we need something like that. Well, believe me, that's my
Good.
I need something. Get your makeup on.
Now you're right.
Somebody's gonna get clean. I've never worn makeup in my life. Try to make me look young. No, I haven't done the same thing.
Yeah, one of the was.
That looks like a kind of sun that's falling.
Well, hopefully they'll edit it out.
No, hopefully they'll leave it in.
Yeah,
It might be good for
No,
Dave.
no, it's spring water.
yeah, almost.
Really.
I'm much more interested in that Bo grew back the mustache and did it help.
That's 12.
Each person in the group had his own feelings about videotaping.
Basically, I'm doing it is because I know how important this group is for me and how it works and functions. And I would think that these groups exist everywhere in the country because they're so important. So if shrinks or whoever's going to see this, maybe, and I don't know if they're going to see like good, I don't know if we're going to give good groups. You know, with some really good editing and stuff, maybe something will come out of this. I feel very self-conscious and I, you know, but maybe we'll relax and stuff, but I don't buy what he said, that he doesn't care if anyone gets any good out of this around AIDS, that he doesn't care about anyone else with AIDS. I don't buy that, but that could be my wishful thinking. That's why I don't expect to get anything other than anxious.
It's the cohesiveness and the honesty and the trust that we have here. And I think that that's one of the most difficult things for people in other groups to establish, and we've got it. And if there's any kind of way that we can convey the trust that we have amongst each other, that maybe that can give some other PWAs the strength to get into a group and really make it as functional as ours.
I think the hardest thing for anybody that's, before they join a group, is like, they don't want to be part of a group. That's like the outset of it. And I know friends of mine that I've talked to, you know, in general terms about this and what it's meant for me. You know, some of my friends have like started pursuing things in New York, especially, and other places. And I don't know. I just think this is like, you know, this is like a regular group, and that's what I want to get out of it, the same thing that I always get out of it. I was freaked out because I forgot about it and walked in and saw all this, but now it's sort of kind of disappearing. Because what it's about is our personalities. And, you know, what we can offer to each other, and I think people that don't have that don't realize what that can be. How important that can be. And it's hard to put into words what it all means to me. It's just knowing that it's here on Wednesday, that I can come, and I have a place to come if I want to whine, or if I feel lousy, or if I feel good, and whatever that message is for that day. I don't know, maybe somebody sees it and they think, well, maybe this is a good idea. For them, it'll be cool. Maybe it'll take a little bit of the fear away of, going to a group or setting up and trying to find something new. I think I'm more and more convinced every day that fear is the total motivator in my life. On every level.
I talk to a lot of people who are in groups or go to groups and don't like them. And I think our group is somewhat unique. And I think that as a tool for other groups or other therapists, it might help to see what we do here, because I hear people when they come to the coalition and talk about how they go to these groups and people just sit around and talk about getting ready to die, or sit around and talk about their medications and not really what living situations they go through happen. And in this group, we seem to be able to grasp that. And so there's something about our group that I think makes it a little unique, we're a little more expressive. I don't know what we are exactly, but we do have something here that works.
Acceptance of death is an important discussion among those living with AIDS.
Now, there's a couple of different things we could pursue today, and it really depends on what direction that you want to go in. A couple of things that I heard that came up in the check-in were several of you are dealing with what it feels like currently to have illness, an acute illness in your life, on top of having AIDS, or additionally with having AIDS. And the other thing is, a lot of people, I think everybody had some kind of reaction to the large memorial service where we were memorializing many, many people who died, whether you went or you didn't go. I mean, you didn't go because you didn't think you could handle it. I assume you've been to them before, Terry, so you knew what it was you weren't going to. So those were for sure two themes that I saw come up, although there may be more. But it's up to you where you want to go, which direction you want to go.
With that memorial service, most of it I felt basically nothing. I didn't feel much at all.
Nothing.
They were reading the names and it's just going along until Jimmy Pavia, Greg Tice, and Chris Locke, and it was like getting stabbed. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was hard to hear the names of the guys who had been part of this group. And all three of them died in 1 year. That was really hard.
I forgot it was all in 1 year.
Yeah.
It was all in 1 year.
From 85, 86 on, when the names started getting called, every time a name was read that I knew closer than just knowing their names, I found myself going, like acknowledging, remembering that, oh my God, yes, he is dead. Like hearing Chris Locke and Jimmy Pavia and Greg Tice, it was like, no, sir. When they said the names, it was like, no, that's not true. Not that I don't know that they're dead. It's I have to go. I guess I have a lot of blocking out mechanisms. So then when you're sitting there for that reason to listen and you hear the name, it's like a shock. It's like a shock. But I think they're necessary. I think it was more necessary for the people who don't have AIDS than for the people who have AIDS to be able to come together and acknowledge or remember the people that are dead. But that doesn't make it any better for us who have AIDS, who are sitting there and hear things like, and the book isn't, and the book isn't ended yet, and then of course I had issues with a lot of things at that, but I would continue going. I'm glad that they have them. Like I think before, when they used to just stand for the past couple of years, stand on the steps of Town Hall for 5 minutes and read names. This is more formal, and a formal acknowledgement of the people that we lost. Maybe it's better. I don't know.
It's just that part of it, though, that I agree with you. I think it's necessary and I think it's right. And I guess the reaction part of me is that it is formal. So we kind of know how to do this. And it'll be the Universalist Church, and that's what it'll be, and there won't be wilted flowers next time, but well, okay, and there'll be these 2 stands of flowers, and the book will be there, and people will come up, and it's kind of like, it's become normal. It's become absolutely normal that we're going to be in a room filled with people, and some of them are going to have AIDS, and we're going to read the names of the people who died, and the list is going to keep on getting longer. And even if each year's list gets larger or smaller, there's going to be another year, and we know how to do it. And we go out and have dessert and coffee after.
We had a good time after.
Yeah, we had a very good time after. But it's so normal. And I guess that both frightens me very personally, that if it's normal, then, well, a doctor cancels an appointment or forgets an appointment. What's the big deal? You have AIDS. So what? People have had AIDS for 13 years now.
Right.
And you'll come back next week.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I'll go have my blood test done. So my platelet count is 13,000. Big fucking shit. It's been 13,000 before. It's been less. I guess I want a crisis because then maybe there'll be something to deal with.
The hard part about it, I mean, you were talking about Chris and Pavia and Greg, and yeah, those are much closer deaths because they were in this group with us, and we dealt with them on this level too. But then there are so many names in that book that go all the way back to when I was first diagnosed, and people that I was intimate with, and Pasquale and Jimmy knew a lot of. I mean, there's too much pain in that book. I don't consider that book a tribute. I consider that pain. And I avoid it. I have never opened that case. I've never looked at that book in all the years it's been there.
You don't have to.
No, because it's there.
I think it's important for some people,
Yeah,
like
right.
the quilt.
I see the book as a list of the people who fought in a war that we were all involved in.
So have you guys all written your own memorial services?
You know what? I've thought about it, and I thought,
I have.
number one, I'm not going to be there, and I've told my family, do what you want. It's for you. It's not for me. And I really mean it. Do what you want. The only thing I don't want them to do is to lay me out. I want to be cremated. I think that's a complete waste of time and money. The body thing, but a memorial service, they may do it any way they want to do it.
Can you have one before you die?
Yeah.
Yeah, that you can be a member. You can be there, right?
Sid did.
I think I would like that better.
Well, yeah.
Sid did.
That way everyone can cry and carry on
Yeah.
over you. You can feel wonderful.
Do you get to
so
sit like
loved.
a Diaz?
However you want.
Wheelchair?
I think the book, I think the quilt are great kind of political statements that we have to have a list of people. Like what you were saying, Mark, about sharing. I think that's really important. I'm not sure that it emotionally does anything for me at all, zero. The first time I saw the quilt, it kind of destroyed emotionally. And since then, I don't know. I don't give a shit about a memorial service at all because I'm not going to be there. And I guess I really want to believe that my life mattered a lot, and I guess I don't believe any memorial service would be good enough.
Oh,
We can contribute.
There's no humility there whatsoever. It's kind of like
You've made an
I've
impact.
planned 4 or
Victor.
5 of them, and none of them are because somebody else is going to get the last word.
Well, but you see,
So I was thinking about doing a tape.
Oh, there you go. Now you can be at your own memorial service.
That's what my father did.
Yeah, it just
Talk
I
about
don't. I think it's important memorial services for those who have to deal with grieving. I'm not sure it has anything to do with me in terms of mine at all.
but you've got to. It's all set into place. All you got to do is donate all your computer records of your illness through the years to the library at the university.
That's all I have to do, and I can have all my T-charts.
Here's your T-cell charts.
I want, you know what? I want a printout.
You want to print out my
I do.
But you'll put your name on it, I know.
Okay, it just, I don't.
God.
I like keeping my teas, leave me alone.
It's okay, we understand. Good for you, Victor.
Okay.
You know,
I thought it was morbid today. I felt like the group was very morbid. I don't believe in memorial services. I can't go to them. The nicest thing that I've ever done is gone to Chris's living party. I thought that was the most beautiful experience. The book, the quilt, what anybody else thinks after I'm gone, you know, I don't have any control over any of that. And it's just morbid. It's just very morbid. I guess I'm still sad today. I feel sad today. I feel sad today that everybody I know is in the dying process, and I don't. Most of the time I feel they're in the living process, and today I feel like I and most of my friends are in the dying process.